videos to share with you guys, and what I just want to get is the general feeling and mood of people in the United Kingdom right now, because we're streaming, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are on. Yes, we are. We're triple streaming this evening. We're on YouTube, we're on X, and we are on TikTok. We're on you guys there on TikTok, but don't worry, because you guys on TikTok, I will be closing you guys down before I close down YouTube and X. The reason for that is just because, I get swizzly done and I get kicked off all the time on TikTok. So for you guys on TikTok, I'm going to close you guys down a little bit earlier. So the crux of this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to use the word cooked. I'm going to use the word cooked, but imagine the word cooked starting with an F. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? We are cooked. It's over. Time to go. You guys have got 8 days left. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, right now in the United Kingdom, there is no way back. People are doing X, Y, and Z, and they're thinking this, Shabina Mahmood's going to do this, and Nigel Farage is going to do this, and Rupert Lowe's going to do this, and we're all hoping for something that, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to happen. We are cooked with a capital F. That's the reality of the situation. Now, before I get onto this live stream, before I get onto the crux of this live stream, I want to talk about two things I've witnessed with my own eyes. I've witnessed with my own eyes locally. And on X, I don't know whether it's because I've been looking at those videos and, watching those videos, the algorithm showing me more. First of all, the amount of homeless people I've been thinking about lately is unbelievable. I saw a video and I think it was that guy. You know that Scouser guy? He's like quite a stocky guy. I think he might have been ex-military. I don't know his name. He's like a Scouser. I think he's got like ginger hair, but it's shaved. I don't know what his name is. Bobby Moore. I don't know. I don't know what his name is. I think it was him. It might not have been him. But he did a video and he's showing this girl and she's homeless. Guys, this broke me. Absolutely broke me. There's this girl. So first of all, there's this like, I don't know if he's a YouTuber or a TikTok, but he's got like he does a live stream on his burger van. I think this is what it is anyway. You know what, guys? It doesn't matter. The video's out there. You guys can go and see it for yourself. But there's a video of this girl coming up to a burger van. And she's really shy. She's homeless. She's ashamed. And she's begging for food. It absolutely, we've got two girls. And it was absolutely like a sledgehammer to the heart. Watching that, seeing people in the United Kingdom right now who have no money, living on the streets, can't afford to feed themselves, and then we see the hotel migrants. I don't have words anymore, guys. I don't have words for this. It's absolutely insane. We are cooked with a capital F. It's over. Anybody who thinks you can vote your way out of this, anybody thinks you can, some politician's going to pass some sort of legislation to get their way out of it, guys. It's gone, it's finished, it's done, it's over. It ain't coming back, guys, okay? It ain't coming back. What I'm going to start with, though, guys, is I want to start by sharing some videos with you guys. So the first video I've got is... I'll share the video, actually. And for you guys on TikTok, you guys who are watching on TikTok, I do apologize. You guys don't get the visuals. You guys just get the audio. If you guys are going to go jump over to YouTube, then I'm triple streaming. I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, and I am on X. I'm the Real Raven 1 on YouTube, and I'm the Real Raven 1 on X. If you want to go over there and you want to watch this video, that's absolutely fine. If you want to just listen to the audio, which is the basis of this video, which is the basis of this video. Sorry, another thing I wanted to get about. I said two things, didn't I? I said two things. So the second thing I want to talk about is, God, it's getting a bit hot in here, actually. What's that? Bit of wood. You know how you guys shared with me a video of this guy called Danny Tomo, and he's gone out to France and he's been doing stuff on the beaches in France. Well, it turns out I can't find the video. I tried looking for it. I didn't save it. It turns out now in the United Kingdom, patriots are making their way over to France to destroy rubber dinghies. So that's what's come out there. There's been an actual call out there. So people are going out to France now. People from Britain, I don't know, long weekends and whenever they can, they're going out to France. They're going out. We shall fight them on the beaches. We shall fight them in the hills. We shall fight them with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. I've totally done that speech wrong, but it does end up with "we shall never surrender." So we literally have now, this is how bad things are, guys. And look, if you're international right now, if you're listening from another country, this is how bad it is now in the United Kingdom. People are paying for themselves. People are that scared about their family and their daughters and their mums and their sisters and themselves. They are using their own money. They're going out to France and they're doing the government's work. That's where we are right now. That's where we are in 2025, guys. Okay. Now, guys, if somebody can post a link to that, if somebody has seen that, then, you know, please share that. I can't remember it. What I'm getting at here is, you know, I think it's fantastic. Those people will be arrested. They will be arrested on terrorism charges. They will be on some really wild charges, and that's going to stop anybody else going out there. And guys, listen, it always comes back to the fundamental crux of you know, one of the tropes on this on my videos. We need the legal framework to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. And if you do nothing else, guys, if you're only on here for the first 10 minutes, please start this conversation, share this video, share this live. You guys share this on TikTok, because without that, we have nothing. With it, we have everything. So all these guys are going out there to France. I don't know how many are going to turn up, but there's a call made. I think there's going to be quite a few people going out there to France. It's going to be a wild time. Now, their mission, the self-proclaimed mission, is to destroy rubber dinghies. I think that's fair, you know. I think that's fair, because these rubber dinghies are not seaworthy. So by destroying those rubber dinghies, they're actually saving lives. And I think saving lives is absolutely fine. We're missing the spot, guys. We're missing the point. We're missing the main. We're missing the big cajito. What is it? We're missing the big tamale. The big tamale is, if we have that legal framework where we can legally protect ourselves, all the problems go away. Because we say, well, thank you very much, police, but you're not needed here anymore. We're going to deal with this shit ourselves. Yeah, they're the two things I want to say, guys. So first of all, the girl that absolutely broke me, and I've been seeing this in my personal life. I've been seeing more homeless people. I've been seeing more people on the streets. The weather's getting cold, and I'm just thinking, oh God, you know, where are we now? Where we've got you know? And I saw another video of somebody. I don't know if you guys have seen this video. This is the first video I was trying to find. I can't find that. So the first video I was trying to find for you guys was there was literally, I think it was a couple sleeping in the doorway of a hotel, a British couple. He was like a right Cockney geezer, and they're sleeping in the doorway of a migrant hotel. And there's African migrants stepping over them to get into the hotel. I don't know. That's what I saw. The video I shared with you guys is another video. It's where there's two locals. It's raining and they had to take shelter in the car park outside, and they were sleeping in the car park of a migrant hotel. Imagine that, guys. Imagine that. If you're homeless, your mum and, you know, you've lived in this country all your life, and now you're homeless, and you're having to take shelter in a migrant hotel. You're looking through the window at a migrant hotel, and you're seeing them with their windows open because they're boiling, and they're like, oh God, it's boiling in here, open the windows. They're all having their nice dinners. I'm going to show you guys videos. I am. I'm going to show you guys videos in a minute. But, you know, it's absolutely heartbreaking, ladies and gentlemen. We should not be taking one migrant to this country until we have zero homelessness, like zero. The moment we have no people sleeping rough on the street, the moment we've eradicated child poverty, the moment everybody, you know, we don't have children worrying about their next meal, the day that we don't have parents having to worry about putting food on the table, that's the day, well, I'll say, yeah, we'll take some migrants. I'll say that then, you know. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, charity starts at home. Not, as some people may think, in sub-Saharan Africa. Right, let me jump on some videos, guys. Because I'm just, yeah. And the second thing is, there's a lot of people going over to. I don't actually know how many people are going to go over. Maybe zero. But I saw a post. It was like a flyer. People are going over to France. I don't know if it's this weekend, next weekend. I don't know when it is. I couldn't find it. Again, I did search for it. People are going out to France and their task is to burst as many rubber dinghies as possible. And again, what I think they're doing there is they're going by health and safety law, because the maritime law states that a vessel needs to be seaworthy to go on the sea. And we all know that those rubber dinghies are not seaworthy. So I think they're health and safety guys that are going out there to France to burst those rubber dinghies. That's why I think they're going out there. I may be wrong. Right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Without further ado, I'm just going to jump onto these videos, guys. I've got quite a few videos. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, maybe I've got four videos. They're not long videos, guys, but I just want to get them out there because I like sharing videos, because when I share videos, you guys can see what the public are feeling, what the public are thinking. So first video, ladies and gentlemen, I'll do this first video and then I'll jump onto the chat. So the first video is...
Do you want the truth?
Yeah, I want the truth.
Absolute total fucking tosser.
I was in charge for one day. What would you do to change our country?
Well,
so just for you guys on TikTok, they're interviewing a guy in the street. I don't know who he is or where he is. And he said, if you was in charge of the country, what would you do? That's what he's saying. He's saying, look, if you was in charge, how would you change things? And this is his response.
Can't change it. You can't change it. Well, what can you do? It's too late.
We're fucked.
We're fucked. It's done. It's over. It's over. You can't do anything about it now.
So he's saying, you can't do anything. We're fucked. It's done. It's over. We're fucked. We're done. It's over. And he's right. Critical mass has already been achieved, guys. And for anybody out there, for everybody who's thinking that, oh, quick, if we do this, nothing is going to uncook us, guys, with a capital F. Nothing's going to uncook us. You know, like a perfect example. Where are those bikers gone? You know that biker with the tattoo on his face? Like, where's he gone? Did he take the 1.1 million or whatever it was and just like run? Or like, where's he gone? I don't know. Has he just vanished? Are you happy that you gave him 30 quid or whatever? Nothing, guys, honestly, nothing. Like, what we need right now in the United Kingdom, I'm certainly not advocating for it. What we need to bring things back to an even playing field is a French-style revolution. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't want that to happen. I don't want anybody to get hurt, actually. But that is what's needed. Let's continue the video.
It's too late.
It's too late. He's right. It's too late. This guy's perfect. This guy is saying what everybody with a brain cell is thinking.
What can you do? What can you do? I'm 69. I've been here nearly 70 years in this country, and the last 20 years I've seen it change ridiculously.
Whoever just sent me the gift on TikTok, thank you so much. Was it Marie? I don't know who that was, but whoever just sent me the gift on TikTok, thank you so much.
Ridiculous. I worked for 50 years to get the pension I'm getting now.
Just quickly, guys, this guy's 69. I think he looks fantastic for 69. Honestly, he looks fantastic for 69.
50 years of putting that pot. People who are living here now ain't put a penny in the pot, probably better off than me. And they're also first in doctors.
So what he's saying is what I feel and what you feel. Look, guys, I've paid a lot of tax. I've been, and this is me, and I know you guys will be similar. I've paid a lot of tax. I've always paid tax. Actually, every penny I earn, I have to pay tax. Whatever the threshold is, I pay tax, and I do not want my tax money funding migrant hotels. There, I've said it. I don't want my tax money funding migrant hotels, but it is, and that's the reality. Like he's saying there, we've got people coming to this country who've never paid a penny into the pot, and that's how it works, you know, who are probably better off than him, and I would say he's right. And this is the sentiment, and this is the feeling of everybody in the United Kingdom right now. Everybody. Somebody remind me, somebody in the chat in a bit, ask me where Keir Starmer is in a bit.
Surgeries and hospital queues, and you know what I'm saying? Never put a penny in the pot, and yet first for everything.
Where do you think your tax money goes then?
Well, I don't know where it goes, does it? But a lot of it goes on benefits, doesn't it, for a lot of people?
It funds foreign wars as well. We don't focus on our own country. We just focus on Ukraine, Israel.
As soon as there's disasters somewhere else in the world, we send millions of pounds. But when we get disasters, nobody helps us. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's taken from Great Britain. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
It is. People are coming here, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them if they want to come here. But
and you know what, guys? Honestly, I don't like these migrants that we have in the United Kingdom. I don't blame them either. Like, you know, if you're given a chance to go to a country, get a free hotel, 3 meals a day, a free house potentially, or if you don't get a free house, you get 25 grand and sent back. I don't, you know, if I was in the Middle East, if I was in Africa, you know, somewhere with high corruption and low GDP, I think, do you know what? I can either stay in this country and get nothing, or I can go to the United Kingdom, and worst case scenario, I would get £25,000 to leave. And that number, £25,000, guys, is from an article we were talking about this morning on GB News, where GB News was talking about the new structures whereby I think it's the Danish model. They're offering 27,000 euros. I couldn't quite work it out, but those numbers were the numbers that GB News produced earlier today.
I don't mind immigration, but not illegal. I wouldn't be allowed to go to another country without papers and get in. I'd be straight on the next plane home. So why shouldn't these guys be on the next fucking plane home? You know what I mean? The man in charge is an absolute wazzock.
So here's a question, guys. Would you be able to go to another country without paperwork, you know, and just get in? Like, would you be able to do that? Like, would you be able to just turn up to Saudi Arabia? Like, would you be able to turn up to Saudi Arabia and go, Salam alaikum, Habibi, Shonik? You know, how would you say? You would say, Yakuchi. No, that's Russian. Anirid, Klatha. God, honestly, guys, my Arabic's so bad at the moment. I don't know. Somebody put it, if anybody speaks Arabic, put it in the chat. How would you say, hello, my friend, I'm here. I would like 3 meals a day. You know, you just wouldn't do it. You wouldn't turn up in Saudi Arabia and expect 3 meals a day and a hotel. And when the Saudi Arabians want to get what you say, oh, actually, Sean, it's time for you to go now. Me say, can I have £25,000? Yes, there you go. Thank you very much. Goodbye. You wouldn't do it, would you? You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't expect the Saudi Arabians to do it. I mean, maybe you would. I don't know. Do you expect, guys, do you think that you could go to Saudi Arabia? Do you think you could go to Yemen, Afghanistan, Democratic Republic of Congo, Eritrea, and expect a hotel and 3 meals a day? And then when it's time for you to leave because your asylum case is actually, you know, you're fleeing what? You're fleeing the war in where? Egypt. There is no war in Egypt. Oh, yeah, it's time for you to go back to Egypt. Here's £25,000. Thank you very much, good sir. And I bid you good afternoon. Like, you wouldn't expect it, would you, guys? I know I wouldn't. But apparently, if you come to the United Kingdom, that is exactly what you get.
He's a human rights lawyer that wanted to be PM. He is PM, and he hasn't got a clue what he's doing. Everybody sees that. Everybody's seeing that. Sorry.
That's all right. And do you think there's any political parties left in the UK that actually care about the people?
You don't know, do you? Because basically politicians are all for themselves anyway, aren't they? You know, like they get the 340 quid a day for signing in the House of Lords every day, don't they? Is it 330 quid they get a day, don't they? And when they go into the House of Lords, is it? They get the 330 quid a day and all this stuff. Look at yourself, number one. Fuck the rest, we're all right, you know? And that's politicians for you.
He's absolutely right, guys. You know, the political system is not the solution to the problems we're in. Lots of everybody I speak to, they're all saying they're going to vote reform. And I'm sorry to break it to you, ladies and gentlemen. As much as I think Farage is brilliant, and I think he's fantastic, what he's achieved in his career is like what Nigel's achieved is phenomenal. And I won't say a bad word about Nigel. What I'm saying is it's the system. I've said this many times. It's like changing the wheels on a car. It's like all the red warning lights are on your car. Engine warning light, your handbrake light, whatever that is, your oil change light, all that shit's flashing red. And you're like, don't worry, we're going to go to the garage and change the wheels. And you're like, yeah, we've got Pirelli P0s on. And you drive out the garage, and when you're in the garage, the guy sticks the thing in and turns all the engine warning lights on. And as soon as you get on the M1, cling, 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 all the engine warning lights are back on. You're like, oh God, right, okay. The next time we stop in 4 years' time, we're going to get BFGs. We're going to get BF Goodridges on. We're going to get some BFGs, and we're going to get some BFG all-terrains. Yeah, we're going to get these all-terrains on. We're going to get some BFG all-terrains. You go into the garage in 4 years' time. You've got the new wheels. You've got the BFG Goodridges. You drive out the garage. You're like, we got this. We got this. All the engine lights are off. You get on the M1. You're going the other way now. You get on the M1 and you're like, cling, 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 cling. Oh, we changed we've got the best wheels now. I thought and then a new company come out and they say, oh no, are you struggling? Are you struggling with your engine warning lights? Are you struggling with your engine warning lights? Don't worry, buy these wheels. Vote for these wheels. These wheels will turn all your engine warning lights off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to help because it's still the same system. And, you know, I sometimes I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall, guys, okay? I really do. Right, I'm going to jump over to the chat. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, everyone. Right, Sherry Heppelstone is saying, we are fuddly-duddlied. Leroy Footlong. Right, Leroy Footlong, can you keep your innuendos to a minimum? Unless they're really funny, then blast them out. Punk's Emporium is saying, we're supposed to start in 1916. It's no, guys, look, I'm never late. A wizard is never late. He turns up exactly when he means to. I'm never late, guys. I stream at 10 in the morning and 8 in the evening. When I start the live stream, it's just so people know what we're talking about. Millie Mono knows exactly what I'm saying. Right, guys, I'm going to jump to the bottom because there are quite a lot of chat. The female perspective. What's the female perspective? Right, the female perspective. Are you glad? Female perspective, are you glad you've got the vote? Are you glad that you get to work? Are you glad that you're not staying at home with the kids while your husband's out working and all you have to do is like make dinner, make sure the house is clean and look after the kids? Are you glad? Are you glad you're out and you're like a girl boss? Girls, do you want that? Do you want to be girl bosses? Do you want to be girl bosses? Or do you want to be like, you know, or do you want to be with the family and, you know, be with the kids all day? I don't know. Maybe you want to be girl bosses. The female perspective is saying, I still believe there is, and where is that? Is that Dover? No, it's not Dover at all, is it? Where's that thumbnail? The female perspective is saying, I still believe there is a lot more of us than them. Yeah, of course there is. We just need to unite. Being able to unite is very difficult, guys. It is. It's very difficult, especially with the draconian measures that we have at the moment. And without a clear leadership and without draconian rule, it's very difficult to unite. Look, look, guys, okay? I want to keep it here, guys, okay? The first thing that, like, everything comes from this, and I'll keep repeating this, and I will always keep repeating this. We get everything if we have a legal framework to protect ourselves. We don't. So we can unite if we have the legal framework to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. We can unite. Unfortunately, right now, we can't unite. We'll get taken down. Like these guys that are going out to France. I don't know. Guys, if somebody knows more about this, can you please, can you please throw it out there? So there's a lot of people. Well, okay. So allegedly, there's hundreds of patriots. I don't know what's going to happen. It might be a washout. But apparently there's hundreds of patriots going to France to destroy rubber dinghies. That's what they're doing, guys. That's what they're saying. Patriots are going out. Do you know what? Let me Google this, actually, because I was only looking on X. Let me Google it. No, I can't really find anything. Yeah, there's nothing there. Again, it may be a washout, guys. It may be a washout, but I definitely saw, these people saying they're going out to France to destroy these rubber dinghies. Those guys are going to get sent to jail. They're going to get sent to jail on like terrorism charges or something crazy, something insane. They're going to get sent to jail, guys. They're going to end up in a French jail or they're going to end up in a British jail. It's not going to be good for those guys. It's not going to be good for those guys. And this is why I keep talking about, guys. Without that legal framework, we have nothing. James is saying, Slim is saying in Mexico that they take 50 quid to let you leave. At least they only... Okay, I don't know what that means. Silly Gallardi is saying, I read an article about the new migrant plan. Look, guys, so the new migrant plan, in a nutshell, is we're going to guarantee migrants for 2 years, and then we're going to give them 25 grand to leave. Doesn't really seem like a deterrent to me, allegedly, for entertainment purposes. So for you guys on TikTok, this whole video is for entertainment purposes. Do your own fact checking. Nothing I say is real. I'm just some guy on the internet. But look, guys, for everyone, sometimes I get things wrong. I will be quite clear about that. Sometimes I get things wrong, slightly wrong. I may say the wrong month or the wrong date or slightly different number. I never mean to mislead people. And sometimes when I do this live, a lot of the information I give you guys is off the top of my head. So when I'm giving you guys that information in real time, please fact check it. But I would say I have a over 90% success rate. Silly Gallardi, on YouTube is saying, I read an article about the new migrant plan. The main obstacle is the international law. It's crazy. It doesn't stop Russia, Syria, China, but seems all European countries are terrified of it. I think the European law is just what they're saying because they want these migrants here. Now, look, guys, I don't know why. I, for the life of me, can't see why they feel this is a positive thing. I don't know what the option is. It may be a little bit of all. It may be none. It may be something else. It may be total incompetence. But we are past the point of we are way diddly sway past the point of no return now, guys. We're past that point of no return. We're past the point of being able to vote our way out of this or being able to do something like peacefully. CMW is saying stop funding flags and buy a building for communal gatherings instead. I would say stop everything apart from finding that legal framework, guys. That is the most important thing. And everything builds from that. Everything builds from that. You know, everything builds from that. You know, in America, imagine in America. Do you know what? Let me do a quick. I'm just going to ask AI. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I mean, I know the answer, but I've never done this side-by-side comparison with America. Right, so I've just done okay. So I've just asked AI what legal framework people in the United Kingdom have to resist a tyrannical government. I'm just going to ask the same question, but instead of saying UK, put US. I think I know the answer. So let's do a side-by-side comparison then. Boom, there we go. Okay, so in a nutshell, without going, because they're quite comprehensive. So here in the United Kingdom, we have the Human Rights Act and the principle of the rule of law. We have the right to protest. We can vote. We can peacefully protest. We have the right to peaceful protest. We can vote, and we can write to our local MPs. That's what we can do in the United Kingdom. In the United States, in a nutshell, the U.S. Constitution has a system of checks and balances. Basically, they have the Second Amendment, which clearly states that a well-formed militia is crucial to a free state and the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. So basically, in America, and I'm not worried about the guns in the United Kingdom, I'm worried about that right to form militias. So, you know, it just really, it's just silly, guys. It's just silly. It's silly in the United Kingdom that we have no rights to defend us, literally no rights to defend ourselves. What's Googleino saying? What's Googleino saying? Follow up. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, so Googleino is saying he's been diagnosed today with ADHD, and it made him think of how many possible liars there are that have been. Yeah. Do you know what, guys? Look, all these migrants that are coming over the coast, all these migrants that are coming over, do you think they're going to claim mental health because of the wars they're fleeing? I would say absolutely every one of them. Right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you guys on TikTok, you guys are awesome. You guys are fantastic on TikTok. Unfortunately, in what time are we on? At past, so in less than a minute, I'm gonna have to close you guys down because I want to continue this live stream just on YouTube and X. If you guys want to jump over to YouTube and X, that's absolutely fine. I'm the Real Raven 1 on YouTube. I'm the Real Raven 1 on X. In fact, you know what? It's not just fine. I actually encourage it. But don't worry, if you guys are not going to be jumping over onto YouTube and X, don't worry. I'm going to be back on tomorrow morning. I will be back in tomorrow morning at 10. 10 and 8, my normal times, guys. Okay, 10 and 8. So when I put the thing up beforehand, I'm literally, I'm always 10 and 8. But anyway, guys, I'm going to close you guys down at 12:30. So I'm just going to leave it there for a couple of minutes, and then I will continue this, and then we will we'll move on. Templar Matt is saying, Sean, does France have a? No, they don't. Nobody has a frame. No, nobody. Do you know what? Actually, I'm not going to say no, they don't. I don't know if France has a framework. So I think France has a. Okay, this is top of my head, guys. Okay. I think France runs on the Rights of Man Act. Article 2 in the Rights of Man is every man's duty to resist oppression. I think Article 2 in the Rights of Man Act, but that's French law. It doesn't apply in the United Kingdom. If I'm wrong, guys, somebody quote me on that. Right, listen, guys, you guys on TikTok, I am going to close you guys down now. There's some really good-looking people on TikTok as well. Some really handsome jawlines off you guys. Like, you guys have got some of you guys on TikTok have got fantastic jawlines. I mean, honestly, you guys make Captain America jealous. I don't know, maybe some of you guys on TikTok might want to audition for Captain America. If not, don't worry, because I'm going to be back on at 10 tomorrow. Unless you guys are jumping over to YouTube and The Real Raven 1 on YouTube and The Real Raven 1 on X, I will bid you guys good evening. Yes, I will, good sirs. And ladies, maybe. I don't know. Are we off? No, we're not off yet. It's difficult to get that button. We've got that button. Hit that button. Hit it third time. Do you know what, guys? Maybe sometimes you might need 3 strikes, but eventually you get it right. Close that. Hang on, let me just text the house to make sure they've put wood on. Oh, hang on a minute. America poised to attack Venezuela. Oh, guys, if this happens, I mean, it won't happen it may happen tonight. You would expect this to happen on a Friday. You would really expect this to happen on a Friday if they're going to strike. Yeah, you really would, guys. You'd expect this to happen on a Friday. I'm just jumping up the comments. Raven, would you like to see the UK liberated from what it's become? Absolutely. And, one of the tropes of this channel has been, I do think we're going to see a United States takeover. I really do, guys. I don't see a way out. I genuinely don't see a way out. Right now, there's no way. It's not just I don't see a way out. There isn't a way out. Yeah, you can vote for reform in 2029. How many more migrants do you think are going to be here in 2029, guys? Be honest. How many more migrants do you think are going to be in the United Kingdom in 2029? How bad do you think the political system is going to be in 2029? Voting's not going to change anything. We need that. We need a constitution. Basically, in the United Kingdom, we need a constitution, and we do not have one. And for anyone who wants to say in capital letters, Karen, before you start typing, okay? We do not have a constitution in the United Kingdom. We have a series of documents that make up the English Constitution. But those documents are not individually a constitution. And those documents are heavily interpreted, misinterpreted by legal companies, legal entities. That's the reality, all right? We don't have a constitution. Anyway, right, let me jump on and get some more videos, guys. We've got more videos to share with you guys. Right, we've done that one. I've got another video from Adam Brooks. So I love Adam Brooks. I think I'd be friends with Adam Brooks, although I think I'd be a bit too extreme for him. I think I'd be a little bit too extreme for Adam Brooks. I don't think he could go out drinking with me, although I think he'd try. You know, and I know he does his boxing. I know he's done his boxing and all that, but, you know. Anyway, whatever. I do like Adam Brooks's content. I'm going to share with you guys a video that Adam Brooks posted earlier on today, and it's. So I want to put you guys in the frame of mind right now. So take that last guy. You know, he's been talking about, he's been paying into this pot, and you know he's struggling, and you know he doesn't get, you know, and people are coming to this country and they've never put a penny into the pot, and they're getting, you know, people are coming to this country and they've never paid into this system, and they're getting all this free stuff. It just does not seem fair. It doesn't seem fair, guys. It doesn't seem fair. Oh, hang on a minute. Googleino's just thrown a super. ISIS terror plotters human rights breached. He was also eligible for compensation. That doesn't make sense. Do you know, actually, I think I've got that here. No, I've not got that here. Right, let me search this, guys. Hang on. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. Jesus. No way. No way. Right, I'm going to share this with you guys now. Let me see if there's a paywall. I think there maybe there's a paywall on that. Bleen. Right, I need to find this article without a paywall. Yeah, I've got it. You're going to love this picture, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to love this picture. You will love this picture. Thank you for putting me onto that, Googleino. Let me share this picture with you guys. This is hilarious. Right, at this point, guys, this is just funny. It's just funny now, isn't it? You know, and if you're worried about what's happening, stop. Stop worrying. We're fucked. We are fucked. It's not going to change. We will literally, you know, it's over. Stop trying to think that this stuff's going to make sense. It's not going to make sense. You know, we will literally have to stand and fight or submit. They're going to be the options, guys, okay? You stand and fight or you submit. So, Londoner, I'm assuming that's the gentleman there, although I don't know. I mean, I think I may have seen him before, actually. Londoner jailed for ISIS terror plot suffered human rights breaches in prison crackdown, judge rules. An Islamic, look guys, I'm reading this for the first time, okay? I'm reading this for the first time. An Islamic extremist held in segregation in prison was treated unlawfully, a judge has ruled. What about Tommy Robinson then, who was on, like solitary confinement? The human rights of an ISIS terror plotter were breached when he was locked up for 22 hours a day in his prison cell, a judge has ruled. Shahayab Abu was jailed for life with a minimum term of 19 years in 2021 after he bought an 18-inch sword, a knife, balaclavas, body armor online, downloaded extremist propaganda and made preparations for a violent attack on London streets. Sorry about the ads, guys. The East Londoner would-be rapper, the name Masked Menace, had been radicalized in prison after being locked up in the past for burglary. Sounds like a great chap. Abu brought a legal claim against the Ministry of Justice over the way he'd been held in custody since April in the wake of a serious violent assault on guards at his prison. Oh, there he is. Look, that's him. That's him doing. Maybe he's doing his rapping or something in prison. He complained that he was confined to his cell for more than 22 hours a day and denied contact with other inmates, arguing the conditions had damaged his mental health. You couldn't make this up, guys. Honestly, like, you can't make it up, because it's not. You've got to understand what we're going through right now as a country. You've got to understand what we're going through as a civilization. And like I said right at the beginning of this video, ladies and gentlemen, we are fuddly-duddly-duddled. We're fuddly-duddly-duddled. It's over. Stand and fight or submit. That's where we are, guys. You have 8 days left. You literally have 8 days left to make the decision. Yeah. Yeah, Lisa Jane. So, look, guys, I heard this. I don't know. Okay, Lisa Jane is... Okay, so I don't know if you guys are just joining or not, but earlier on I said there's apparently, I don't know if they are or not, it could be a washout, there are people going out to France to burst rubber dinghies. Now, look, guys, I think they're going out there because they may have health and safety training and they understand that these rubber dinghies are not seaworthy, so they should not be in the sea. Lisa Jane is saying, Danny Tomo vid on YouTube, a message, you need to hear the truth. Sean, this is where you will have heard about the guys going to France. It might have been, guys. It might have been. I don't know where it was where I heard that video, but I know there are guys going out to France to burst rubber dinghies. Trust me, guys. Mark this video. You guys that are on right now, if you've not done so already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share my stuff. Mark this video, guys, okay? Those guys that go to France, they're going to get arrested and they're going to get big charges. I promise you guys, they're going to get arrested. They will get big charges. And it's going to be a deterrent. Like I keep saying, guys, okay? Nothing happens without that legal framework to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. Right, let me jump down. Oh my God, there's a what? Oh my God, right, okay, Googleino is, oh my God. Right, okay, hang on. So we've got Googleino saying Epstein files are being released. There's a manhunt underway. Follow on to police. Right, okay, where's follow on? Right, okay. Hang on, I'm trying to get Donna's comment. Right, Red Wolf, apparently 2 Ukrainians have been detained that were working alongside Russia to cause the sabotage. Okay, that doesn't... Okay, all right, so, okay, so there's a... Okay, right, okay, I thought there was a man on Indeed. Oh, no! South London commuters were left terror... Oh, yeah, I've seen this, guys, actually. I've seen this video, yeah. So last night, somebody tried to go stabby in London. And now that person's on the run. We don't know who he is. I don't want to. He may be of African descent. I wouldn't want to know. He may be born. I mean, look, guys. Let's be clear. Let's be clear, right? Let's be clear. I am more American than a Somalian that's lived in America for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. I promise you guys. Okay, I'm more American, and I'm more American than a Somalian that's lived in America for 50 years. I'm more Somalian than an Eritrean that's lived in America for 50 years. I'm more German than a Syrian who's lived in Germany for 50 years. I am, guys, okay? We are Europeans and we are from an Anglosphere, and our culture is a culture of expanding. I don't feel like I'm filling my potential now, guys. I really don't, and I don't. And I know you, if you're a man, a white man, I know that you don't feel you're filling your potential. Do you know why you're not filling your potential? Because your potential is an expansionist potential. Your role in the world is to expand, is to broaden horizons, is to push, drive, succeed. It's to go beyond the next horizon, find new resources, settle new towns, settle new villages, find new industry. That's your place in the world. Some people's place in the world is just, to get free stuff and marry their cousin. You know, and that's totally fine. I totally accept that. You know, I totally accept that, and I understand that. You know, the problem is we have this. You know, people are pretending that everybody's equal, and everybody's not equal. Like, you only need to see me when I'm working out to understand that not all men are born equal. And guys, listen, just a quick update. I said this before. You know, I said this before. If you're a man, you go to the gym with girls, you're gay. You may not know you're gay, but you love the sausage. All right. I'm just going to throw it out there. All right. If you're a man and you go to the gym with girls, it's an absolute sign of homosexuality. Police have launched an urgent manhunt. Yeah, they're not going to find him. They're not going to find him, guys. You know, we literally had like 3 explosions or something the other day in the United Kingdom, and we've heard nothing about it since. Red Wolf is saying, what's your thoughts on the Poland railway explosions? Well, as far as the Polish government are saying, it's clearly sabotage. I would agree with that because I know there are a lot of Russian Tatushkas working in that region. I do think it's also a sign of things to come in the United Kingdom, potentially not with explosives. But, you know, there are many ways to sabotage railway lines. I mean, look, guys, how much does a still saw cost? You can probably pick a still saw up off eBay for like, I don't know, couple £100, maybe 200 quid for a still saw, 60 quid for a diamond tip blade, 300 quid, call it 500 quid. Call it 500 quid. You've now got yourself a still saw with a diamond tip blade. I can guarantee that still saw will go through those railway lines. So I don't really know why they're using explosives. I would not use explosives. I would just cut that piece out. I just like cut it out. You know, it makes more sense to cut it out. You know, but who knows? I do think those things are going to happen in the United Kingdom. Right, let me jump down, guys. Let me jump down. An alleged Palestine Action member attacked a police officer with a sledgehammer, fracturing her back during an organised break-in at an Israeli defence firm, a court had heard. Was that in the United Kingdom? In the United Kingdom? Is that in the United Kingdom? I don't know. Right, listen, guys. Look, I'm conscious of the time. Last night, you guys were, last night, guys, you guys kept me on for like almost 2 hours. You guys kept me on for almost 2 hours last night. So I need to be, yeah. All right, I've got some more videos to go through. So remember what we've just been talking about, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Remember what we were just talking about, all right? The amount of again, it's when I spoke about this at the beginning of the live stream, it was really hard to fight tears back. Look, guys, if any of you guys have got daughters, young girls that you know, the nieces or whatever, you know, that you love, seeing this video, I think if anybody's seen the video, please let me know. You know, I think it was that guy Billy Moore. It was Billy Moore. I don't. It may have been. It doesn't matter. There's this burger van, and the burger vans, I think they're doing a live stream or whatever. And a girl comes, and she's really nervous, and she's asking for free food, and she looks very intimidated. She looks very scared and nervous. She's covering her mouth. I just wanted to get her and say, "Come here. I will I got you, love. I will fucking sort this shit out. Don't worry. How can I help?" As a white man, that's what I felt. That's what I felt. You know, a protective man. That's what I felt. And then you get these videos and you see these images of people in these hotels. Nom 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 nom. So I'm going to show you guys a video now. This was Adam Brooks. Adam Brooks. I do like Adam Brooks's videos. I'd like to meet. I think I'd like going for beers with Adam Brooks, but I think he may be. Yeah, I'd like to go for beers with Adam Brooks, but I don't think he's as extreme as that. He's definitely not like. He's not an ex. He looks like a nice guy. So here's the video. Let me go back to the beginning. So while while you're struggling, while people in the United Kingdom are struggling to put food on their tables, Look at the spread that our migrants have got. Look, guys, did you know what? You guys should feel proud about this. If you're in the United Kingdom right now, you should feel proud that we can provide such a service to our migrants.
Good.
I mean, that guy there, I don't know where he's fleeing, but he doesn't look like he's underfed.
Good, yeah.
But it's a scam, isn't it? Look, all the staff are getting fed. It's a fucking scam, guys. It's a big scam. It's a big scam.
Good, yeah.
And people need to have a moral compass. And like these staff at the back here, oh, I've stopped sharing, but you guys see what I saw. Those staff at the back, they need to have a moral compass. You know, I bet you there's a lot of Karens in that with those little biz vests on, and they're saying things like, "Not to do with me. I'm just getting paid. Me, I'm just here to do a job. I'm just here to do a job. Me, it's proper. Ain't good. I get fed. I get loads of free food, and they're all right. It's all right here. Oh, I know they might rape a few kids now and again, but I get me free food, and they pay me more than minimum wage, and I won't get that anywhere else." That's absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine. You know, but I think that's where we are, guys. I really do think that's where we are. But you know, I don't think that's where we are. That is where we are. Dino channel is. I don't know what these channels are, guys. I don't know what these channels are. Adam Brooks is the landlord of a pub, so beers can be arranged. He looks hungry. He looks hungry. He looks hungry. Yeah, he does look hungry. Peter Mandelson faces £300 fine after urinating in a Notting Hill street. I wonder if all those, you know when the Notting Hill Carnival's on? Like, you know the Notting Hill Carnival? I wonder if all those people who urinate and self-pleasure and sexually... You guys know what happens in Notting Hill Carnival. I wonder if all those people get fined. Donna is saying... Putin major gas pipe exploded after Ukrainian attack. Yeah, look, ladies and gentlemen, okay, with these strikes, I do want to focus on what's happening in the United Kingdom, but we will go into that. I love going a little bit international. With these strikes at this time of year, both sides are focusing on the energy grid, on the infrastructure. And this is why I'm relatively confident that here in the United Kingdom, our energy infrastructure is also going to be targeted. Lisa Jane is saying, did anybody see the video of the migrant who took 12 boiled eggs as well as other stuff for his breakfast? Then he left them because he couldn't eat them. Doesn't matter, guys. Listen, look, only the best for our migrants. Only the best for our migrants. And if you're struggling to put food on the table for your kids, you know, if you're struggling, then you're clearly a racist. You clearly, if you're struggling, then you must be racist. You know, if you're struggling to put food on the table because of the cost of living, the price of everything, you may be unemployed, you're clearly racist. And look, guys, listen, just a quick one. I know I said this earlier on. I think I did a live a video or whatever. It's going to get really cold tonight in the United Kingdom, and I mean relatively cold as well. Like I used to live in Ukraine, and like minus 26. A warm winter in Kiev is minus 10. All right. So everything's relative though. So just a quick tip for everybody. If you are worried about being cold, this winter, what I would suggest that you guys do is find your nearest migrant hotel and go and ask them if you can sit in the foyer. because then you won't have to put your heating on and you'll get like that little warm. They may kick you out, they may kick you out after you've paid for them. But, just as a little back burner to keep in the back of everybody's mind, it's a little option that you guys can do. Man attacked while unloading shopping suffers catastrophic injuries. Okay. What's we're talking about here? I don't know what we're talking about here, but yeah. So Shabina Mahmood, she gave out some fantastic words. Her words sounded fantastic, but when you actually look at what she produced, it looks like they could be paying more to people, and some people are throwing the number of £25,000 to as a gift. It wouldn't be a resettlement. Would it be resettlement? Basically, a grant, whatever. It's looking like the government people are throwing the number £25,000 per migrant. So, can you imagine now? And I know I'm just going to touch on this, guys, because I know I spoke about this earlier. Can you imagine if you are sat, if you are sat in if you're sat right now in I don't know, Eritrea, right? You're sat in Eritrea. You're hungry. You've got no food. Do you know what? Fuck that. Forget that. Imagine this, right? Imagine this, all right? You're sat in Egypt. You're totally fine. You've got everything you need. You're not being persecuted, but you fancy a little bit of a gap here. You fancy a bit of a gap here, all right? You fancy let's not even be doom and gloom, guys. Let's think how wide-reaching our immigration policy is. We've talked, and again, we've talked about the criminals. We've talked about the criminals who will be making their way over to the United Kingdom because it's better, if you're a criminal, you can either go to jail in your own country with a tiny prison cell, or you can come to the United Kingdom. We'll give you 3 meals a day. We'll give you potentially a new house or 25 grand to leave. And if you get put in the prison in the United Kingdom, the prisons are a lot better. So forget about them. Forget about the people who are genuinely starving in like Eritrea, South Sudan, forget them. Imagine if you're an Egyptian, right? Imagine if you're an Egyptian, right? A well-fed Egyptian. And you just want a bit of a gap year. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go for a bit of a gap year. Where are you going? I'm going to have a little bit of a holiday in the United Kingdom. What do you mean? Well, I'm just going to get on a dinghy, go over, get in my hotel, and then when it's time for me to come back, they'll give me 25 grand. Oh, can I come with you? Yeah, come with me, mate. You see the debacle we're in, guys. You see the debacle we're in. Right, the last video I've got to share with you guys is, so yesterday we were talking about what's her name? Tulip Siddiqui, whose aunt has just been sentenced to death in Bangladesh. So she was I think she was the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, and she's just been found guilty of crimes to humanity, and she's been sentenced to death, all right? Because I think she ordered the, fact check me, guys, I'm pretty sure she ordered the army in to quell a student protest, and I think they killed 1,400 people and injured like a lot more. So that's what she's been done for. So you would expect that lady to be a bad person, right? I don't know. Maybe crimes against humanity. Maybe you're pro crimes against humanity. Right. So I'm going to share with you guys a video here. No, yes, I am. All right. I'm going to share with you guys a video. It's another. Right. I keep forgetting how to share. I'm going to share with you guys this. Okay. the headline on this video is Bangladeshi community in Tower Hamlet. So this is in the United Kingdom, guys. This is in the UK. Bangladeshi community protesting the death sentence of I can't pronounce her name. The former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, because she opened fire. She gave the order to open fire, allegedly. I wasn't there. I don't know. This could be AI. It could all be fake news. But from what I'm reading, she gave the order to open fire on a student protest, killing 1,400 people. Do you guys see the irony about people protesting about a sentence that's given to someone for killing protesters? You see the irony, right? You see the irony. Remember, guys, her niece, Tulip Siddiqui, so the niece of this lady, she is one of the ministers to do with the treasury or something. So she's basically in charge of, she's got some authority with our taxes. Think of that what you will. Now, these people who are protesting that this lady's been convicted of crimes against humanity, does that mean that these guys are pro crimes against humanity? Because normally when you protest something, you're against it. Tell me I'm wrong, guys. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. So if these guys are protesting that she's been sentenced to death because of crimes against humanity, are these, and it's a question, I don't know the answer, are all these people pro crimes against humanity? And if they are pro crimes against humanity, are these the type of people we want here living among us in our country? I would speculate not. Yeah, so there we are, guys. It's only a short video, 13 seconds long. I guess it's like a follow-up on to what we was talking about yesterday. Also, guys, there's a quick... we're talking then about the ISIS guy who has put a claim in against his human rights in prison. Well, it turns out as well, a Turkish migrant convicted of rape set for compensation after the electronic tag left him depressed. No, I'm not making this up, guys. This is an article from GB News. A Turkish migrant convicted of rape is in line for compensation after claiming an electronic tag he was ordered to wear left him depressed. Lawyers will take part in a discussion to decide whether appropriate relief should be granted to Mustafa Taskiran, 48. High Court Judge Mr. Justice Lavinder ruled in the migrant's favour just before the 48-year-old admitted to stalking and threatening to kill a woman with a knife. Oh, so I think this might be a separate incident. I think, are we talking about two incidents here, guys? I don't know. The sex offender told the court that the electronic tag caused him intense physical and mental distress because he couldn't go out and rape any. No, I'm joking. He didn't say that. But would it surprise anyone that he's claiming it's anyway? Here we are, guys. This is more than anything. This is the thing that's winding me up. This is the thing that's winding me up right now, okay? This is winding me up, okay? The sex offender told the court... Look, guys, I'm reading this from GB News, okay? This is a GB News article. I'm just reading it. Yesterday, 17th of 11th, 2025, at 06:58. This was released, okay? You guys go and check it out yourself. The headline is... Turkish migrant convicted for rape set for compensation after electronic tag left him depressed. That's the headline. This is what really winds me up now. This is what really does my head in. The sex offender told the court that the electronic tag caused him intense physical and mental distress. due to its weight and discomfort. Weakness. Absolute weakness. Weakness. You know, when I used to do kickboxing, I used to walk around with those like weighted things on my legs. You know, I used to walk, you know, I used to walk around with like 2 kilos on the bottom of my legs just because I'm an alpha. And this guy, it's too heavy. And these are the people who we're letting in our country, guys, you know, weak. Right, right, okay. Jesus Christ. Hang on a minute. Wow, okay, right. I've not read this bit. Right, okay. Taskiran, the guy who's complaining, has a long history of criminal activity, which began just 4 years after he was granted indefinite leave to stay in the United Kingdom in 1994. Over a 10-year period, he committed 54 offences. Wow. I mean, that's impressive. That is, guys, look, that's impressive. That's like 5.4 offences every year. He's doing like 1 offence every 2 months. He's like literally, look, guys, Raven maths, all right? He's getting arrested almost every 2 months. He's getting arrested. Fair play to him, like he's having a right tear up. Over a 10-year period, he committed 54 offences but avoided deportation in 2009. The Turkish national was jailed for just under 7 years for rape in 2014. Another deportation failed after he was released in 2018 after the Turkish authorities revoked his citizenship. The Turkish are like, yeah, we ain't having that fucker back. No, mate. 54 offences? No. You keep him in the UK. You know, you guys have made your bed. You guys want the migrants. Here you go. Fucking have them. Jesus. We need Antarctica, guys. It's the only way. Antarctica is the absolute only way. It's the absolute only way, guys. Antarctica. We all need to get to Antarctica. We really do. Oh, Googleino. Hang on. Googleino, thank you for the super, mate, is saying, breaking news. Reeves to increase spending on benefits. Jesus Christ. Right, let me get this. In fact, let me get this, actually. Let me get this. Wow, 28 minutes ago, guys. Jesus Christ. Wow. I'm not going to share this with you guys because there's a paywall, so I'll just read you this, okay? Oh, I can read it. Hang on. Give it a couple of seconds. Oh no, the paywall's gone. Oh no, the paywall's in. Right, the paywall's just hit me in the face. Okay, so Rachel Reeves to spend $6 billion more on benefits. Ministers will argue the rise equal to the rate of inflation in September is important so that the value of benefits is not eroded. Like, Rachel Reeves will increase spending on benefits by $6 billion. Right, okay. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to tell everybody I'm not working anymore. You know, when people phone me up and they're wanting consultations, I'm just going to say, no, I'm good, mate. I'm just not going to work. Okay, right. This doesn't make sense, right? This doesn't make sense. Unless you're trying to push as many people as possible onto the benefit system. And then you're going to bring in universal basic income. And then, and look, guys, regardless of what you think, if you take money from someone, you work for them. That's the reality, all right? And this is going to bring in digital ID. This is going to bring in universal basic income. This is going to bring in 15-minute cities. This is going to bring in crypto pound or Bitcoin, whatever they're going to use. Wow. I did not see this one coming, guys. I didn't see this one coming. So while they're putting taxes on beer, I'm a firm believer, guys. You shouldn't be taxed on beer. And for those of you who've noticed, my beer kegs ran out. It has. My beer. Do you know what? I've got my cider keg. Do you know what, guys? Let me get a cider. Let me get a cider. If I've got a glass in here, I'll get a cider. I don't know if I have. Oh. Right, I've got this here. What's in here? Well, it's not the best. Oh, God, it's disgusting. No, I can't do that, guys. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I had a glass, it had some beer in it, and there was a bit of yeast at the bottom. I can't drink that. Can you see? Take a step back. All these things seem crazy. They don't make sense, do they? Unless you understand that the direction of travel is to bring people onto universal basic income, have more people dependent on the state, and this mass influx of migrants. You know, when if you give all the migrants universal basic income as well, GDP will absolutely rocket. It will, guys. It will rocket. Because we don't produce anything in the United Kingdom anymore. We would turn into an absolute... money isn't real. It's not real. My wallet's in the house. I don't even think I've got any cash. I don't even carry... Who carries cash anyway? Money's not real. It's numbers on a screen. You can always make more numbers on a screen, guys. You can always make more numbers on a screen. This is something called modern monetary theory, where you just keep printing more and more money. That is terrifying. It is, guys. It's absolutely terrifying. Let me just jump down to the... Oh, we are at the bottom. We don't need more bloody benefits money. I mean, like, who do you think's claiming all this benefits money? Who are cider? Well, I've got my own cider. I made it myself. I collected. Did I do a video when I was making that? I don't know if I did a video when I was making the cider. I collected, I think, about 60 or 70 kilos of apples. Honestly, guys, it's epic. If anybody's ever made cider from apples, like, the whole process is absolutely epic. Sean's on the Raz again. No, I'm not. I can't find a glass. I have got a glass. I've got a glass. I'm looking at it. It's got a little bit of yeast in the bottom of it because I tested. Do you know what? I'll get a glass. I will get a glass. I'll get a glass. I'd be gay if I didn't. Oh. So this is my cider keg. To get my nozzle on it. Where's my nozzle? That one. Nozzle on it. It's not gone. Yeah, it's gone. Right, there's a bit of yeast in that glass. It's not the best, but whatever. We'll go with it. And there we go. Nice little glass of cider. moderately carbonated. Oh, that tastes better, actually. Maybe I should have a bit of yeast in my cider. Gold, Paul Victor Charles James is saying gold is the universal currency. It is. Although, look, guys, I don't have... Look, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm certainly not qualified to give anyone financial advice. If you're going to move into that, if you're going to move into that space, I would say buy silver. Because, like, what can you do with, like, a gold, like, I don't know, like, what can you do with a gold bar? Like, you buy a gold bar, like, for a couple of grand or whatever. Like, what are you going to do with it? You know, where's the storage of wealth? Yeah, it might go up, but I would try, if I was to put any money in precious metals, I would buy those little silver coins, because you can trade with them. Rocky Man Gaming is saying, yeah, made my own cider a while ago, and oh my days are yeah, guys, it is. It's so much better if you make your own stuff. Cider is very French. Just saying, don't shoot the messenger. Oh no, is cider French? Oh God. Well, silly. Normally I drink beer or very high strength vodka. Unfortunately, it's we've got to get this. We've got to get the cider open today. Allotments are being transferred or given specifically to illegal immigrants. Video on X. Yeah. So the way that scam works, guys, is the way this scam works with what was it? What was their name? Rich, not Rich. Go on. I do her voice all the time. What's her name? What's her name? Angela Rayner. Angela Rayner with a new trainer. Angela Rayner, she was like the housing minister or something. Now, the way the scam works normally, guys, okay, the way the scam works normally is if you are a business, a property developer, you will donate to your, you will donate to your politician, Angela Rayner, right? Say that you're a property developer, right? You give Angela Rayner a big donation, enough for her to buy a house in, I don't know, on the coast somewhere in Bournemouth or Brighton or whatever it was. I don't know. Maybe you give her a big donation. In return for that donation, she gives you, and guys, this is for entertainment purposes. This is total speculation, okay? This is total speculation, all right? I don't know if this is happening, but this is how I would see. This is how, in my opinion, how the scam would work, all right? So you give Angela Rayner a big donation, $1 million. It might even be 50 grand or something. I don't know what a donation is these days. You give Angela Rayner a donation. She's in your pocket now. Okay. She has to give you something back in return. So then what happens is, when the government decide to send a letter to all local councils to say, right, you guys are going to start selling off your allotments. You're going to start selling off your allotments. You need to sell them off. What Angela Rayner will then do is say, right, there's a new government portal that potential buyers have to register on. And what Angela Rayner would do then is she would give a heads up to those people who donors. And then guess what? The day the auction comes for the one property that he wants or she wants, guess what? Only one person turns up. Oh, well, you've got to buy it then. Oh, right. Okay, well, it's a mistake. It's a clerical error. It's an admin error. We've sorted that problem out now, and it's not going to happen again. That's how the scam works, guys. That is how the scam works. Right, let me hang on, guys. Let me. Oh, and Donna's saying a UAV is heading towards Odessa from the Black Sea. Odessa's a lovely place, guys. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I am... Right, guys, you guys have kept me on for a while again. Hang on. Google Odessa. Odessa is absolutely beautiful, guys. It really is. Odessa is a beautiful... It's like, if you live in Ukraine, you go on holiday to Odessa. It's absolutely beautiful. It's on the Black Sea. You know, it's got beautiful beaches. It's got beautiful bars, beautiful nightlife. It's fun. Odessa is beautiful. You know, if I was a little bit younger, I may consider moving to Odessa. Lisa Jane is saying, guys, she's saying, please like, comment, subscribe. You know you want to. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, listen, guys, I'm going to start to close this live stream down now, okay? You guys have been fantastic. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, share my stuff. I want to leave you guys with this, okay? Just remember, all right, there may or may not be people going out to France this weekend or next weekend or whatever to burst these rubber dinghies. Personally, I think it's fantastic. That's my personal opinion. Those guys are going to get arrested. You know, they will get arrested. They will be in a French jail. You know, it'll be bad for those guys. Nothing happens. We don't have any legal way to fight until we have that legal framework, guys. Now, I know I keep harping on about it, but it is so important because once we have a legal framework, some sort of agreement, and maybe we already have it. I don't know. Maybe we already have it. You know, people, you know, I've had lots of messages of people saying all these different things, but the reality is the US Constitution is taught in schools. They teach the US Constitution in schools. Now, the reason they teach it in schools is so there's no misinterpretation of that legislation, which is what we need. So maybe the legislation already exists. Maybe it's already there. But as far as I'm concerned, the only way in the United Kingdom we have to defend ourselves against, legal way to defend ourselves against a tyrannical government is to vote, peacefully protest, write to our local MP. Like, how ridiculous are those things, guys? The Epping Bell Hotel in Epping, that is a perfect example of why we need that legal framework, because the people of Epping decided they didn't want that whole, and it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's the migrant hotel they want closing down or a Tesco's they don't want to be open after 8. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If the people of Epping want that, that's what should happen, guys, because that is democracy. And ultimately, I'm one for the people are in charge and the government have to do what we say. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you fantastic lot, you good-looking lot, the best-looking lot on the internet. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys, tonight. I really do appreciate it. You know, as that man said at the beginning of the video, we really are fucked in the United Kingdom. It's over, and we are going to be at a choice very soon. We either stand and fight or submit. And we have 8 days left before this budget, and it's going to be absolutely wild. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going now, and I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 10. Do not be late.